Checkpoint Infinity SOC is a cloud-based platform that enables SOC analysts to expose, investigate, and shut down attacks faster and with 99.9% precision. It automatically exposes even the stealthiest attacks, analyzing millions of daily logs and alerts with unrivaled accuracy, powered by AI-based incident analysis. It accelerates and deepens investigations by enabling SOC teams to Google search any indicator of compromise, IOC, from a centralized portal and quickly get highly processed threat intelligence and unique research data. Infinity SOC is a single, centrally managed cloud platform, improving teams' operational efficiency and reducing TCO. It deploys in minutes and avoids costly log storage and privacy concerns with unique cloud-based event analysis that does not export and store event logs. We're now looking at the Infinity SOC Overview dashboard. Using this dashboard, we can get a clear understanding of what we're up against at any given moment. Instead of looking at hundreds of thousands of logs and event feeds, this dashboard automatically pinpoints real incidents across our entire IT infrastructure, including networks, cloud, endpoints, mobile devices, and IoT. In our environment, there are currently 6,000 potential malicious activities inside the network. These can be, for example, a possible lateral movement or a possible daily exfiltration attempt. We can also see that there is a 100% increase from yesterday's malicious activities. There are 31 hosts that have been under attack. However, only 12 hosts are actually infected. These are the hosts that require our SOC's immediate attention. To learn more about these 12 successful attacks, Infinity SOC provides us with further information on the malware associated with these attacks. We see that there are 6 unique types of malware families in our environment. Here we see how many connections each malware has initiated with external IP addresses. This helps us understand that TrickBot malware has the biggest footprint in our environment. By clicking on the widget Malware Families below, we see exactly which hosts have been infected by TrickBot. The map widget on the bottom left side shows us the geographical locations of the command and control servers that our infected hosts have been communicating with. In this case, the 3 red circles show us that the sources of malicious communications are in China, the Netherlands, and the United States. Now that we understand that the TrickBot attack poses the biggest threat to our environment, let's further investigate one of the hosts infected by TrickBot. By clicking on the infected host, we are automatically directed to the Insights dashboard. On the left side, we see the 12 infected hosts prioritized based on their severity and probability. Infinity SOC automatically triages these infected hosts with 99.9% precision, utilizing AI-based incident analysis. As you can see, every incident has a different infection probability score. Host number 5 has a 99% infection probability score. On the right side of the screen, on the Sankey diagram, we see the malicious communications that host number 5 has initiated, including the specific URLs. One malicious URL stands out with 670 malicious connections. Switching to the Activity tab, the same malicious activities are presented on a 5-day timeline. We learned that in the last 24 hours there was a spike of malicious communications. This may indicate potential data theft or an attacker trying to communicate directly with the infected host. The Indicator of Compromise, IOC section at the bottom, provides us with all the information we need in order to decide which IOC is more critical and should be investigated first. In this example, we'll click on the marked IOC, as there is a high probability that it belongs to the TrickBot malware family and poses a critical threat to our organization. We are automatically directed to the Investigate dashboard. Here we can perform a search on any IOC and get highly processed threat intelligence and unique research data. Infinity SOC leverages Checkpoint Threat Cloud, the most powerful threat intelligence database. Threat Cloud is continuously enriched by advanced predictive intelligence engines, data from hundreds of millions of sensors, cutting-edge research from CPR, and an external intelligence feed. At the top of this page, we can see how Infinity SOC categorizes this indicator by risk, classification, confidence level, and malware family. In the top right corner, InfinitySOC aggregates insights from open source intelligence feeds, OSINT. The first tab provides a malware family description that the IOC is associated with. We learn that TrickBot malware threatens our organization with a ransomware attack and credential theft. The second tab contains links to external references providing information on our IOC. We can browse to those links and learn more. The Tweets tab contains references from our social media deep analysis tool. When we click on one of the tweets, we can see that the IOC we've searched for is not actually mentioned, so a simple search on Twitter would not have brought us to this tweet. However, the tweet links to a blog that contains information about our IOC, information that validates our suspicion that this IOC is strongly related to TrickBot. In the geolocation graph, we can see that the country with the highest amount of traffic to this domain is the US, which may indicate a country-targeted attack. At the bottom of the geolocation graph, we can see the industries that have been mainly targeted by TrickBot malware. We can use this information to determine the relevance of this threat to our organization. The left side of the screen is divided into two sections. The top one contains general information about the IOC, virus total score, and Alexa rank, and we can see the current screenshot of the URL or domain that we searched for. The below section provides additional indicators and technical details to enhance the research process. For example, the Communicating File tab provides information regarding files involved with this domain. This information is gathered from different customers' environments by Sandblast threat emulation reports. The IOCs in this section are color-coded to indicate their classification. This file hash IOC is marked in red, meaning it is a malicious file. To learn why this IOC is considered malicious, we click on this file hash. We'll be automatically redirected to the relevant Investigate dashboard. We can see the three hashes of the file, general file information, and its virus total score. The research section provides valuable intelligence information related to this file. For example, file names formally identified with this file, analysis of the traffic generated by this file, and most importantly, the 4 malicious URLs communicating with this file. As we can see, these 4 URLs are part of the original IOC that triggered this entire search, and the URLs seem to be pointing to an executable file whose name suspiciously appears to be a randomly generated list of digits. As it appears that the domain we started from is a domain of a CNC server, which is part of a TrickBot attack chain. The doc file communicating with this domain actually downloads an executable to the device. The doc itself is delivered exclusively by email, and we also have a list of email subjects that we have seen in these emails. We can now use this information to understand the root cause of this attack on our organization and block similar attacks in the future. InfinitySOC provides a lightweight agent that can be easily installed on the infected host to perform complete remediation. After installing the agent and the host, it automatically identifies and kills all malicious processes, blocks C&C communications, and deletes all connected malicious files. It then auto-generates a detailed forensic report that provides granular visibility into infected assets, the entry point, the attack flow, a mitigation guide, and more. InfinitySOC is the only solution that detects threats inside and outside the organization. It alerts you when it detects a lookalike domain impersonating your corporate website, and email domains that interact with your customers and steal their data. Filtering the search by our organization's domain, risk level, and payment theft as the attacker's intent, we can see that InfinitySOC has found 4 lookalike live domains impersonating our brand, YRD Bank. From the 4 lookalike domains that we have found, one seems to be very similar to our brand, using our icon, having the same name, and featuring similar web pages. Let's click on it to get further information on this domain so we can determine whether to take it down or not. On the left side of the prompted window, we see the image taken from the lookalike domain. On the right side, we can see all the characteristics and attributes of this domain, which have led us to the conclusion that this is indeed a lookalike domain. There is a textual similarity to our protected brand, yrdbank.com. The URL was discovered on June 20th. The attacker is using a title that is similar to our site. The attacker is also using an email server behind this lookalike domain, which means this domain might be a part of a potential email phishing campaign. By clicking on the Safe Browsing option, a secure browser is opened through the Checkpoint dedicated service, allowing us to safely inspect the lookalike domain without potentially harming the network or any of our hosts. We can see that this lookalike domain is almost identical to our customer-facing website. Now, let's examine the intelligence we have on this lookalike domain indicator using the Investigate dashboard. On the top bar, we see that the classification of this URL is phishing. We also see that most of the victims of this phishing campaign are located in Europe and in the US. The timeline indicates that our organization is in the midst of this targeted phishing campaign. On the left side of the research pane, we see that the domain was registered in mid-May in India, a country that is not related to our business and IT department, and all in all poses a brand hijacking threat to our business and thus needs to be taken down as soon as possible. Checkpoint Infinity SOC is a cloud-based platform that enables security teams to expose, investigate, and shut down attacks faster and with 99.9% precision. Infinity SOC unifies threat prevention, detection, investigation, and remediation in a single platform to give unrivaled security and operational efficiency.